Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You'll have to excuse me, I've been out of work for the last couple weeks. The first week I had the flu, the second week I threw my back out. But I get to go back to work tomorrow, so I'm super excited with that. So I'm going to do a book haul today. I will do a reading wrap up for February and March at the end of March because I only read 4 books in February. So I'm going to go ahead and do that at the end of the month. First, I want to just start with my mini book haul from my local thrift shop bookstore. There's not much else in there, it's just books. But they change all the time. He doesn't order books in special, it's whatever people drop off and then he resells. So he has a very good selection. I've noticed a lot of the books from Bookstagram and from Book Talk as well as BookTube have been there. There is one series that I haven't seen anybody talk about, and so I picked that up. It looked very interesting. It really, looking at the front of the books, they looked really smutty, to be honest with you. But after reading the back, it's actually sounds like it's vampire, dark academia, possibly enemies to lovers types of thing. And it's a trilogy. It's called a House of Night series. The first one is Untamed. And all of these books are by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. So the first one, like I said, is Untamed. Look at that picture. And this here, you see that? How glossy that is? Isn't that fun? The second book is Betrayed. That one looks... Oh, and the design on this one's on a dress. You see that? That's really cool. And then the third one, which kind of made me think it was either vampires or it was some kind of gothic novel, is this one. You see the crescent moon here? But these sounded really interesting. So that's all 3 of the books. And so I haven't heard anybody talk about these, so I'm kind of excited to read them because that sounds a lot like my book club book that I'm reading. This one, if anybody is on Discord, knows that this goes with Jody, who is Vanilla Moon. This is her book club pick for this month. I'm almost done with it, as you can see. This is what I have left. And that is also vampires. And I did not know that when I got it, because vampires is usually something I typically don't read, but I'm finding I really, really do enjoy that book. So, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm almost done with it, and it actually reads really fast. So the next book I picked up is Alex and Eliza by Melissa de la Cruz. This is the first book in the trilogy, the Alex and Eliza trilogy. So I'm excited with that. If you look at the back here, it shows you the other 2 books. And it's Love and War and All for One. And when I was at my thrift bookstore, this is the only one he had. But his inventory changes all the time, so I will definitely go back and see if I can find the other 2. I'm also trying to see if he's trying to hire anybody, because I would love to be able to work in a bookstore, be it the thrift bookstore that I went to, be it Barnes & Noble. I don't care. I want to work around books. I want to be able to put books away, recommend books, all different kinds of stuff. So I want to try and get into that. I really would like to try and become a bookseller. I feel like going in to this thrift bookstore and working with them, I would learn a lot. So maybe I could possibly open my own bookstore where I could order books in like bulk, but see if I can get them at a discount, and then I don't know. I got a lot of things running around in my head. So the next book I picked up is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I've only heard a few booktubers talk about this, but on the back it sounds like it may be sad because she's supposed to be having a surgery where she can't have kids. So, like, I'm really interested to see what happens and if she goes through with the surgery, if there's somehow she finds a way to have kids, if she, actually marries the guy here on the front cover. Like, I'm really excited to read this and see what happens. And then the last 4 that I got at the used bookstore is the Divergent series. So it's Divergent, Insolent, Allegiant, and 4. So it goes like this. Well, really, this is on the other side, either way. But when I got this book of 4, this was in the box set. And, like, this is really cool because it has manifestos in here, a quiz, and it gives you your quiz results all around the Divergent series. So I'm kind of excited for that. I have not ever watched the movie, the Divergent series movies. So I really want to go into this blind because I don't want to have the premise that if it's sci-fi or has to do with aliens, then I may not read it. So I'd rather read the first book and see what it's about and then read the rest from there. One I actually got from Target that I'm super excited about is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've never read anything by Emily Henry, but it's supposed to sound like friends to enemies to lovers. And other than that, I really don't know what it's about, but I want to see if the hype on BookTube is the way it should be, for my personal opinion. And the books that I've read thus far, all but 2 have been on BookTube, and all of them I would give anywhere from a 3 to a 5 star except 1. And it would be the book tag from Steph Bohr of a book that everybody else loved, but I didn't. It would be Daisy Jones and the Six. I gave that book a 1. I couldn't do it. So my next 3 books are from Book Outlet, which is from Canada. The first one is The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. It is not from Target. That was on there when I got the book. And it sounds like it could be a mystery, family mystery murder, family thriller. So I'm excited to read this. I also want to pick up the book One of Us is Lying, because the front of that, and it sounds just terrible, but the front of that, it looks really, really interesting. So I want to pick that up only because the front of it looked really interesting. How shallow is that? Anywho, on to the next book. It is Hidden Pictures by Jason Kulak. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I said his name right. And there's a sticker on it, which I'm not fond of. And the dust jacket on this one is, if you look, you see it's on there wonky. It's weird. And it's got pictures in here that were like drawn. So the front of it, I'm going into this one blind as well, but the front, very mysterious. A guy out in the middle of the woods with a shovel and his headlights on. Like, what is he trying to hide? That just seemed very sketchy to me, but it looked really, really, really good. The next one I got is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is the first book in the Cruel Prince series. I was kind of sad when I got this, though, because look at this. There's a rip in it. And then there's a little rip right here. See that? And then I noticed on the bottom here that it's written on. Look at that. Other than that, the book is in excellent condition. I have not ever read anything by Holly Black. But this one is... Anything by Holly Black is very hyped up on Book Talk, BookTube, and Bookstagram. So, yeah, I'm excited to read this. It looks like it has to do, obviously, with a prince. But, yeah, I don't know. I want to go into it blind and see if it's something that I like. And then I got 3 books this month from Book of the Month. I added 2 to my box, plus my book club pick. And 2 of them have been talked about quite a bit. And one, I feel, is just now starting to get talked about because a lot of the people that I watch on BookTube have that book. And then I got sent one book, kind of as a PR book from an author. And then I had to go pick up the first book in the series of one of the books I got from Book of the Month. So, my 3 books for Book of the Month are Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I'm not sure what this is about. It sounds like it could be sad, possibly enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, maybe dark academia, maybe. It was a book of the year last year in 2022. Oh, excuse me. I'm having just a time here. So I'm excited to read that. And at any time, make sure you put in the comments which book I should read next when I'm done reading my book club book. I read my other 2 book club books. One was In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. Oh my God. If there was any book world I could live in, it would be that one. It just, oh my God. If you know, you know. Oh my God. I'll talk about it on my reading wrap-up. Anyway, the second book is my Book of the Month pick out of the 5 that they had, and it's the Soulmate by Sally Hepsworth. And again, very shallow. I picked it because of the cover, but like, how mysterious does that look? That looks just mysterious to me. So, I don't know much about that one either. I am really going to try and go into these books blind and not know what they're about other than what I've heard on BookTube. Because I feel like anybody on BookTube that has said anything about it being sci-fi, I won't read it. So, like, I've never seen the Divergent series, and so I don't know what it's about. I don't want to research it to know what it's about. I just want to read it. And if it's sci-fi and I like it, then maybe I have a new genre that I can go into and read things. Not saying I don't like sci-fi movies, like I watched Alien, like way back in the day, but I've never watched the Divergent series. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, my third book from Book of the Month is Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. And the people on my Discord for my book club, for the Sarah Carioli book club, bless their heart, because I got this and it said book 2. I'm like, oh, junk. So it did not say inside the book which was book 1. So I asked the girls in my Discord which was the first book, and bless their heart, they told me it's Legendborn. So this I went and got from Target. I'm kind of sad that this is a paperback and the other one is a hardcover. Neither here nor there. But I do believe... Was there a map in here? I don't remember. No. No map. So yeah. So now I have the first book and I have the second book. And then the book that I got sent by an author sounds like it's a finding yourself book, if that makes any sense. She's the character in this book is going through a lot of stuff in a journey over in South Africa, and she's going through a lot of abuse from her husband, a shopkeeper in Nairobi, and she's this renowned photographer worldwide. So I've seen this book on Amazon. If you want to read it, I would love to know, because I will go ahead and start a Patreon of my own. Just this can be a book club book. It's called Mad Mischief by Susan St. John. And it's a thicker book. And if you look in front of the cover, I'm excited to read it. The words on here, I don't know if you can see that real well. They're not small, but they're not big like some of the other books. They're average, I guess. But I'm kind of excited to read it, to see what it's about. And yeah, I'm really excited to read it. How she overcomes the struggles that she's going through just from the little bit I read on the back of the book. Like, I'm super excited to read that. So yeah, those are all of my books that I have gotten for my book haul. It is 14, 15 if you count the one that Susan sent me. And make sure you hit subscribe, like, and share. And please leave a comment below which book you think I should start with when I'm done with my book club book. Because there's so many that look so interesting and ones that I've heard so much about on BookTube that I really, really want to just keep going. Like, I'm having a really good reading month. My book club book is my 5th book. It is my third book club book, but my 5th book of the month. So yeah, and it's only half over for this month. So that means I have like 2.5 weeks. March is 31 days, so I have 16 days left. yeah, so make a comment, let me know what you think, and thank you for stopping by, and have a great day. Bye!